Very nice mood lighting. And I feel like Peppery is on a quest to really prove that Zato can still cook. He can still work even in this version of the game. A lot of Zato players have jumped ship to Asuka, right? Because that's another character that is also technical, appeals to their kind of interests, right? But Peppery's sticking it through, believes in the character.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe just believes in himself too, the same way potentially with Tempest. A lot of the times, like we said, comfortability is best. You can change the car, but if you have if the driver's not up to par, things won't go as well. So I mean, when you got a skilled pilot like this, you can kind of pick what you want and be happy and do well. Yeah, absolutely. But still, I do want to see that Johnny deep down. Of course. I'm a little biased. Listen, all right. That's all our homie Plank wanted. That's all he was here for. That's why he got up on stage. He just wanted to see some Johnny action. But we are getting into the button checks here before we get rolling. This is a... Of course, one of the biggest nerfs to Zato is, of course, Eddie just coming back at such a slow rate. Snail's pace. It means that Zato players have to be comfortable fighting without him and putting on the offense without him. You can't just keep going on defense when you run out of Eddie. You have to keep the offense going and keep your opponent under pressure until you can buy time to get him back. Absolutely, and actually with the addition of Deflect Shield and Wild Assault, it actually helps out really well to be able to do that. Wild Assault can extend your combos when you're Eddie-less, and it can also extend your pressure to be able to just kill that timer. And in the end, as long as you're ending with an invite held at a good spacing, you can return to neutral, and you have okay buttons to be able to fight depending on the matchup here. Obviously, if you're going to get something like a Nagoriyuki, if you're swinging too hard, you're going to get your head cut off. But 2S is still a very effective button, even when you don't have Lil Homie. Yeah, I mean, either way, it's still going to be 2 versus 1 most of the time in the match, right? So Zato definitely getting the advantage there when Lil Eddie is out on the field. But of course, yeah, we are just finishing up our button check here. Got to make sure everything is right. Make sure our music is locked in. There you go, right? What do we pick? Hellfire? I respect it. That's a good one. As one does. But the fist bump comes through. And it looks like we are ready to go. Our next match on the winner's side. CEOtaku continues to roll. Tempest and Peppery gonna battle out, see who is going to get a guaranteed top 3 at this point. Oh, deep breaths from both of the players here. And your reward for winning this is gold, Lewis. Tough. It's tough. Here we go. So the match begins, round start. Leo obviously going to be the aggressor at that point, but I like the dash forward block there. Take some real estate. Peppery, you cannot give up, you can't give up too much space for free. Yeah, and of course, we talked about that heavy DP nerf. That's going to be huge, not allowing Leo to really get out for free against some of this Zato pressure. But there we go, straight into the back turn stance, forcing the burst out of Peppery early on. Ooh, guard point stance does actually get the hit on Eddie. Is he going to be able to get the wall stick into the Wild Assault? Great chunk of damage down. Going to be potentially guessing for the round, depending on the mix-up here, as that positive bonus continues to tick. But the DP, again, no hard knockdown, but 5D does the job. Yeah, steamrolling first round there for Tempest, making Leo look like he hasn't changed a single bit. Oh, there we go. Wild Assault pressure is on. Look how close it keeps you afterwards for Leo. But Peppery's IBFDs unbelievably win the day on that. Just defense wins championships for sure. Yeah, and of course he does have the patented reversal, the 2P RC, Zato's favorite. But speaking of RCs, Tempest going in, getting pushed back there too from the FD. Yeah, finding that 2S for the second time was definitely a big deal here. Yeah, the high-low with the frog, goes for the sword, full Eddie gauge, guaranteed meaty pierce here if he wants it, and it looks like he does. And Tempest tries to get aggressive there. Yeah, just woke up and just wanted the smoke right away. But here we go, straight into the next round. Tempest actually taking a few steps backwards, being cautious up against PEPPERYSPLASH, showing some respect. There's the burst coming out pretty early. 6P, Drunkard, gets the cross up here. Yeah, time for the Vortex. Yeah, and like you mentioned, it is very smart in this version of the game to spend your burst early on, because after this wall break, look how fast it is going to fill up. Oh, he's going to get a burst and a half. Nice pressure here. Keeping it going with the headbutts. Gets the cross up. RC pulls him up. Burst comes through. Yep, summoning a little Eddie. Goes for the pierce, but nice throwing out the fireball there just to get rid of Eddie. The Just Block actually kind of unlocks that mix-up for Tempest there. Normally that puts you in kind of a weird spacing there, but because of the Just Block, ends up perfectly spaced to be able to get that throw. And that's why Tempest is one of the best, recognizing those situations and adapting on the fly to close that out. Here we go, PEPPERYSPLASH once again trying to be very aggressive at the start. Beautiful IBFD to push Tempest out. Gets the pick up there.
Oh, but misses the Wild Assault. That is tragic. Spend half your burst for a drop combo, and now you're about to be sent to the corner.
Yeah, but the headbang continues. Those headbutts putting in overtime. He's going to opt for the Wild Assault this time instead and save the meter, which I think is usually a good call in this spot.
Yeah, 100 meter here, especially go for those 5D mix-ups. The delay 5D is able to close out the round here for Tempest. On track to make this a 2-0 lead. All right, 2S trying to poke, hanging in the skies as well. Beautiful guard point, though, coming out from Tempest.
Okay, after the Pierce, nice DP. It doesn't hard knockdown, but it's still a great reversal.
Yeah, right, get off me and go back to neutral. That's exactly what it is used for. Trying to dash in on these invite hell, stuffs the startup of Eddie, and also getting rid of little Eddie as well. That's a big win for Tempest. Drift up RC to make sure we can get the corner carry we want, but there's the burst from Peppery.
Oh, flies over 5P. What an anti-air. Nice confirm. But the throw. It's time. Pierce in the corner.
All right, Eddie, hold it down.
Twice. Who cares? Do it again.
Yeah, giving Tempest a taste of his own medicine. There's the 2S poke again, just trying to keep that safe range, but gets caught by the PRC 5P.
Okay, another throw. Very nice. Tempest, 2 in a row. Looking confident right now, but Peppery doesn't seem phased, you know? He's been here before.
Oh, yeah. Peppery is always calm, cool, and collected, no matter how high stress the situation is. And here we are, jumping straight into it. 2S immediately into the Pierce. Got to push him all the way to the corner.
Okay, first, deciding a lot in that spot. Invite hell. Way whiff punish from super far. Gets the counter hit. Works it all the way to the wall now.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Peppery trying to play that runaway game when little Eddie is gone, but you can't run away forever, especially with how long it takes little Eddie to come back these days. All right, just establishing that pressure there, but wow, what a mortal counter.
Oh, okay. Breaking the law, gonna go for the sword, guaranteed more pressure, gets the Eddie back, 5D is blocked.
This defense, though, is phenomenal. Finally gets caught, though, by the leapfrog, and now you're gonna get sent through the wall. It's enough to get the kill as well.
Specifically good structure of pressure there, because knowing they were gonna go for the throw in that spot, that is when we see the frog in that structured pressure. Throws the run through.
And gets the low, also empty low coming through. Another leapfrog here to break the wall with the 5H.
That didn't really have anything else to be able to push it even farther. Still fine though, it's the landing. So instead he is, we get the poke.
Yeah, and every time Peppery tries to run away, Tempest smells the blood in the water here and rushes him down. There it is with the super to break the wall. Hard knockdown available.
Look at the meter for Peppery though. Plenty of resources, but no way to spend them, has to burst.
Yeah, I figure we're gonna see a sword come out as well once little Eddie is gone. We just have to keep the pressure up, and there it is. Oh, the 2P check gets the confirm off the frog as well, and the sword breaks the wall.
Once again, the Pierce is going to come through. Careful though, max meter. Goes for drills instead. YRC breaking Eddie, and that is all she wrote on that one. Great use of the YRC. It sets us up for set point.
It still has burst on deck going into this next round as well. This is huge for Tempest for the momentum going forward. Dash through, gets the throw. Oh, just dash up nothing. Yes. I like that a lot. Just trying to check and see what Peppery's reactions were like.
Nice tag. Trying to go for the 2Ks. Still fine. Knockdown with the drunkard afterwards. Didn't get too much after the OTG and has to back off.
Yeah, but little Eddie is out once more. I love that we're covering the throw attempt with the leapfrog just to make sure if we whip, we're safe. But look at that risk gauge. That's the fear bar building up.
DP. Maybe a healthy bit of fear as we find the headbutt. Tempest could do it.
Not quite enough. Burst is still available here for Peppery, but this is a pretty big uphill battle to climb. There's the knockdown. Oh, Eddie's out.
The try jump. Jesus.
Into a super. 100%. Send out the sword, and just like that, mid turn around.
But look at the meter. Tempest, plenty of resources to be able to fight this out.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that YRC. Right there it is, right on cue. But the gold burst there from Peppery gets caught in the backdash with the 2D, and that's going to be yet a 3-0.
Wow, 2D in that spot. Honestly and truly, I was expecting the burst in response. The gold burst comes through, says, yeah, I got one of my own, but the 2D to track it down. And that's actually a pretty